First one of this week, since actually the holiday. So take a look at the video, and then we'll get into the midday call. Good afternoon. My name is Scott Redler, Chief Strategic Officer of T3Live.com. Sometimes I do a midday video for everyone out there. I always do a morning call and a recap for Redler All-Access as well as my note and all my charts. But I always, in the public Twitter sphere, try and give you at least a chart of the S&P, to give you the blueprint of the day of what I'm thinking. And then sometimes some really good setups if there happens to be some. So what you're looking at here is the VTF. I showed it this morning. I did a quick little video when I walked in the morning. I'm on a 6 o'clock ferry. I get in, I write my notes. I figured I'd do a little 6:30 video. So anyway, what this is the VTF. This is all the guys. It's at 12:11 today. That's what time it is right now, 12:11. And it goes over, just positions that I've been holding, which is a lot less. As of yesterday, I had about 25 positions, and I got stopped out of most, which is fine, considering I've held them for 5-6 weeks. We've had a heck of a rally, which I'll get into. Some sold some strength, some I got stopped out, and whatever it is. And then this shows some things that I traded today so far, besides what I'm currently in, right now. So anyway, some asked me, what is Redler All-Access? Well, Redler All-Access is right here. Oops, sorry. You can see it. You can get a nice little, I think we're doing a nice promotion. We did a Black Friday promotion or whatever the hell that's called for December. But anyway, you go to this link and you could check it out a little further. So anyway, let's get back to it because this is value added. I'm not supposed to be selling things, but I always have to show you if you want to get involved more. So here's the S&P. Okay, so this is this is the chart. Okay, what does this chart mean? Hopefully, if you're looking at this, okay, I'm going to retweet the link right now because I think it's up. If you're looking at this, hopefully you know technical analysis, and hopefully this kind of chart can make you some money. Right now, I'm about to tweet to you guys to come check out the midday. Check out the midday call. Okay. Anyway, so I do everything in real time, by the way. I'm not sitting, on the CNBC booth or at Fox Business right now where there's a teleprompter. I'm not sitting with anchor people. I'm sitting at my T3 Live station in where you saw this morning was my trading station. And I'm just going to thumb through a lot of the charts. Some of these charts I already posted. It might have some language on it. So, again, it's as transparent as it possibly could be. And what I do is I try and go over some things that happen. So when they happen again, you actually will see it faster and maybe react quicker and go over what I'm seeing now that can maybe make you some money in the next 10 minutes this afternoon or maybe tomorrow or save you some money. Anyway, here's a chart of the S&P cash. Basically, what could you have seen to help you the last few days? Well, if you do see here, this was Friday. Friday we closed below the Wednesday candle, which right there gave you a little bit of a cautionary signal. Say, hey, maybe, it's a holiday. People don't want to be so long. So a little profit taking came in. And then, all of a sudden, Monday, once we got below 31.39, which I said, hey, do we stay above 31.39 or the 8-day? If not, adjust. Adjust means sell some longs, maybe get flat, maybe get short. Adjust means something for everyone differently, depending on what kind of tier system you're in or what kind of gear you're in. So anyway, this is what broke. Okay, the 8-day broke. If you didn't switch gears at 31.39, you could have switched gears at 3,031, and then we closed on the dead lows yesterday. Okay, slicing what has been a trend since the gap up. Remember, I kept talking about the portfolio approach since the 10-11, 10-12 gap up. Well, that was right here. This was a pro gap that the active bulls defended that gave us a trend above the 8-day for almost 6-7 weeks. So now what do you have? Now we're below the 8-day. We gapped through the 21-day. And by the way, I lost a little bit of money this morning. I thought it'd be cute. I started buying the spiders around 310, 40, thinking, hey, you know what? We probably hold the 10-day. I didn't get caught yesterday. Let me try and make some money today. And by the time I got out of the morning call in the morning, I was it was trading below I think 308 and a quarter. It was trading below 309, which is where I had my other orders in, and I wound up from being in 20 positions and losing. I didn't lose that much yesterday. Believe it or not, I actually lost more trying to be cute this morning. Instead of going against a 5, 15, 30-minute low after some price discovery, I thought, hey, you know what? I'm not in the spiders. I had them on as a hedge, and I covered them yesterday at 312. Now I could buy 310 and change down to 309. It's that easy. It's never that easy. So anyway, this is where we came down to on the S&P. Okay, 3,070. This is your new point of reference. As of now, it looks like we're rallying a little bit. Okay, and the question is, this big gap, does this get filled at some point this week to take a little bit of the pressure off, to show that the bears aren't in complete control? Here, the bulls proved to be in complete control as it gapped up above this descending channel and stayed above it. Here, now the bears took the ball away. Now the question is, how much do they keep it? Okay, so we'll see. If you look at the SPYs, you'll see the SPYs right now have a gap. The gap starts, what was the morning low? 308.77. So this changes. This is what I thought we would hold, this 309.06, and now it's not, didn't hold. So now 308.77 is, what's it called? Is the gap right here. So the question is, does this gap get filled? If it gets filled, you know what? You know what would be a good trade? Kind of hold here, okay? You now have the morning low. If you want to be long versus morning low, like just say you sold here, or you sold into some strength and say, hey, I've been waiting for a 3-day pull-in, I'm buying now. Well, for the afternoon, if you want to be long versus 307.13, that's your stop at least, 307.13. So you're risking wherever we are now. Where are we now? We are at 12:17 in the afternoon. We're about where are we? We're at 308.11, hanging here. Okay, and the question is, if we hold here, then all of a sudden maybe tomorrow we get a push above 308.77 and we fill some of this gap for a day trade, because now we're tactical and we're day trading more. Here I was pretty much involved in 5 to 25 names. Here a little less with a short in the IBB and a hedge in the SPYs, and then on this covered my SPYs, got out of most of my IBB, and also got rid of some of my names that I've been holding this whole way. So anyway, we'll see how this goes. At this point, here's your new reactionary low. Write down that word. Reactionary low is a low that's put in when the market's not sure what's next. So the market told you what's next. We broke the 8-day, broke the trend line. Right now the reactionary low is 307.13 for today. May not hold tomorrow. Maybe we buy versus that low tomorrow. Maybe, it continues and fills some of this gap later in the afternoon. You don't know. We'll see. The Qs also not, right now we're in like no man's land. What do I mean by that? Well, here was your 2-day elevated area that broke. This was your stop, or this could have been your stop. And now we're below the 8-day, below the 21-day, but above the 50-day and off the morning lows. So now we'll see, does this gap get filled? Okay, this gap is a smaller gap because yesterday you had a bigger tail from there. So whatever this is, 201.78. Okay, a smaller gap. So we'll see. The IWM shook the tree a little bit. In actuality, it's not really that bad, to be honest. Some people are calling it a breakout failure already, and it could have been. This is what we talked about this morning. I said it could have hold 158.50. Well, came into here, filled the gap. Granted, again, you don't want to see something break out and fail right away, because breakout failures, false moves create fast moves, and that's what you have here. But again, I've seen this kind of before, so I don't think, just don't get completely bearish on it. But I personally lost money in it today because I took home small. I started buying a little early, and then when the news came out that the December 15 tariffs aren't going to be, or going to be continued, I got stopped out, and I never went back to it because I was just like a little pissed off, excuse my French. I didn't do it correctly, or I was too tight. Anyway, if you go to this now, here's this gap is now gone, so you can get rid of this. This is now sort of irrelevant. This was very relevant right here when it broke above it. And now, I don't know. I would say now the longer it stays below this 160.50, and now it's almost like you circle this. Is this a breakout failure? So you move this over. So now this is what's more important. Was this, fake out move, and now does it stay in here and then continue to the downside? I don't know. A lot of people said that with JP Morgan, when JP Morgan prematurely broke above the 2-year range, came back into the channel, and then had a better breakout. So we'll see if that's the case here. We're not so sure yet. What do I mean? Well, let me show you. Remember this breakout in JP Morgan? It was premature. Here is your 2-year range. Everyone was all bulled up here, broke above, broke below. Everyone said, oh, it's done, it's cooked. JP Morgan's done for the year. Came in, regrouped, went back above the level, and then had a really nice move. Oh, look at that, by the way. Pointed out yesterday, the red dog reversal sell in JP Morgan. What's that? Well, got above this little area, couldn't hold it and went below. So remember, yes, I talked about sell rules. What's a sell rule? Well, you get above a momentum level, you don't hold it, it creates a red dog reversal sell. You could sell it there. If all of a sudden you're like, hey, I'm going to give it some space just because it couldn't hold above a prior high, I'm not going to get rid of it, I'm going to let it go red. Okay, that could have been in your sell. Or if it goes below a prior low, then you're getting out of the way. And JP Morgan did a little bit of all that yesterday. If you got out yesterday, you got out pretty perfectly. You don't have to deal with today. Now, it's hard to tell. I actually got rid of my Bank of America swing trade today. I got rid of most of it into strength yesterday, and then I got out of the rest today, just in case. Why did I do that? Well, here was your red dog reversal. Okay. Bank of America had been a great swing long from here. Okay. And I'm smaller, and I will raise my stop. Why? Because this happened here, and then just the overall market lost some momentum. So I said, hey, I'm going to get smaller. So I got smaller, and now I'm out of it. As it got below here, ultimately, it's still fine. It's still above the 50-day. We saw that happen here. Remember when the retest of the 31-ish area? But now I just feel like being lighter. I proved that you could hold on to a trade for 2 months or so and trade around it. We've done that before. But anyway, now what's going to happen here? You have a big hole in this chart. Maybe there's a trade where, it trades in there tomorrow or not. But for me, I'm out of it, and I'm probably not going to, trade it that much because it just doesn't move as much. I'll trade the names that move. So I was holding Apple, holding Facebook, trading a lot of the different high beta names from Tesla, and a lot of them. So anyway, today I came in with none of them besides Tesla because it was stronger yesterday. Give me my first reason to be in the stock besides the options. So let's go to Tesla first. Okay, Tesla, after, remember the big gap down into the cyber event? Well, anyway, it was pretty weak, and then yesterday, while the market was weaker, it perked up. So besides the 300 to 380 calls that I have for March, I bought some stock. And I did sell it when it went green today because I wanted to be careful. But now it's looking a little better. It's above this. This is what I wrote this morning. You could save it and read it if you want. It still looks fair. Here's 380. I'm along the 380 calls. If we were to see a bit more of a move, maybe I would resell the 410s because I had the 420s and I bought them back, made $5 on those, but I haven't resold the other calls to make a spread. I'm still in straight calls for March, and that's it for now. So now, I guess if we get a little stronger later, maybe there's a chance this goes a little bit higher. But for now, I felt happy that we were down 400 points and it was flattish. So if you're in the right names in some of them, you can make some money, and this was helpful. Roku, I actually lost money yesterday. Pain in the ass, excuse my French or my German. I'm gonna say excuse my German from now on if I curse. I feel bad that I keep saying excuse my French. But anyway, I guess this was your red dog reversal. I should have just sold it all there. I didn't. I had a little left over, and then that happened, and now it's a little. You had an inside day. I'm happy it's stalled here at this gap because now if we can go sideways a little bit, maybe we can nice day trade into the gap, kind of like what happened here. Big gap down, inside day, boom, into the gap. Remember this 3-day trade that I took and I made a lot of money, but then I missed this part? Anyway, 3-day trades are where my bread and butter is. Sometimes I'm in for more, sometimes I'm not. Well, anyway, now we'll see. Does this gap stay open? Okay, meaning it goes inside a little bit and then turns lower, which would not be good for the Roku bulls. Or does it hang in here and then try and get filled as if the growth story is not over? You have a bit of a battleground here. So now you have to be careful because people, you went from a downgrade where it's all priced in to a $200 price target today. So I guess some people are long, some people are short. They're going to battle it out. For now, I have none on. It was a good trade though this morning for some of you guys. For me, I'm not in it, and I'll see if it goes sideways and if there's a trade later this week, later today, or not. I did, Amazon, like I say, you don't have to be until the end, but you don't want to be in too long or too late. So Amazon, if you remember, the Friday before the holiday week, which was last week, I'm like, Amazon typically has a good week, so let me see if I can be cute and buy it. So I bought it at $17.45. I sold it at $17.93, 50 points. Woohoo! And everyone, when it went above 1,800, everyone was, oh, Red Dog, you're just an active trader. You don't hold things for long periods of time. Like I held for 3 days. Okay, I didn't stay for the 4th day, but meanwhile, then on Friday it had a down day, and then right here, and then broke 1797 to get some guys out. So I did buy this, like you just saw the disclosure. I bought it a little bit before coming in here. They unveiled the chip. Goldman's doing something on their platform. I'm like, you know what? I didn't get caught in this day or this day. Let me try a little bit versus the low. The low here is 1747. So I am long versus that low of 1747 for the day. After this, I'm going to be going to the gym. It's 12:26. Figured I'm I'm big enough where I can give myself 6 points of pain or whatever. What is that? 1747. And again, for me, my Amazon trade, if you remember, I bought it on this day when it perked up, and then I sold it here into what I thought would be resistance. It popped above. Okay, it wasn't perfect, but I didn't also get hurt. Where is it now? 1754. All right. So if maybe you want to look at the 1 day. Ooh, just had a pretty wide range bar down. Look at that. I guess the market just must have turned lower. But you could do it a few different ways. You could put your stop here if you want to. I would think if it's going to be any better and try and get into this gap, it shouldn't get below this, or you could give it to the low of the day. I bet you. Let's see what the SPYs did. It's not as bad. Didn't 3 down bars. So here's your gap. Big lower level channel now. So I guess for later, if it wants to try and fill this gap a little bit, it's got to get above this. So these little 3 bars, so to turn down, Amazon. Okay, so now, I'm going to leave. I actually bought a little bit in here and I sold some, and now I have a stop in, and, I didn't take 50 points of downside, so I could risk 5 points just in case. We'll see. Apple, I did not touch today. Yes, why didn't Redler touch Apple? He thought it was going to get above 260 and go to 270. Well, that was the setup, and the setup changed when it pushed above and failed, and then broke below a prior low. Let me show you what I'm talking about. Here's Apple. Okay, let's go back to the daily chart, or year to date. Apple was fantastic. Fantastic. Got the watch, got the phone, got the AirPods. Anyway, so what now? So if you look here at the chart of Apple, why did I get out? Look at this candle right there. Okay, it pushed above 268, went to 268 and a quarter, didn't have momentum, so I got out of some. And then when it went below the prior low, which was 265.90, which I gave it $2 of room just in case I wanted to continue to be fine and not give it too tight. Then I got out. Better than saying, I'm just going to close my eyes. I love Apple. I don't trade Apple. I hold Apple. Okay, if you hold Apple, you've been in for 10 years. Congratulations. You're doing very well. You made a lot of money. If you trade it, though, you have to be fast. And as of right now, if you look at it, this is your low, 256.29. I thought it was going a little bit lower, so I didn't get it. Actually, it looks right now like it's going to try and at least test that 260.40. What did I just say this was? 256.29. 256.29. So if you sold it on this day when it broke this little mini trend line and broke below the 8 day, you said, hey, I'm going to buy it back versus the low. So 256.29 is your stop. Right now it says 258, so you're risking $2 for it to potentially get to here, which was prior support that could turn into prior resistance, or try and fill this gap. And now we'll see what happens. There's a pretty big gap here. We'll see, does it remain open to stay weak because it's on sale now from where it was yesterday, or does it close it to then get it choppier and just become a more tactical trade? At this point, I don't know. I would think with China tariffs and this and that, it's a little bit more hyper-focused. I had a real move. Remember when I did that video right here when we were buying it versus 245 and I added here? That was a great 4-day trade. Had a bunch of 4-day trades during this entire way. And now I'm not in it. I am going to wait and not have FOMO for now. Here, it looked like it was ready to break above this, but the market also looked like it was on its way to 3,200, which at this point, the market said no. So whatever you were thinking could happen or should happen in December, you had to change your thinking because the market said, I'm changing a little bit, so we have to change. So anyway, here's your gap. This is the high. What's the high of the day? 258.50, so we'll see. See how that goes. I didn't touch Google. What's Google doing? A little red dog reversal. What's a red dog reversal? There's some of these things were really good today. Like Google reclaimed this 1280, and look at that. It's green on the highs of the day. So maybe you made some money there after 3 down days on day 4 down. Same way I don't like to buy out on day 3 or day 4 up. You don't want to press it. So that was decent for Google. I wish Amazon would do that today. That'd be nice if it reclaims, this 1762, but we'll see. I don't know. Facebook, what are you doing? If you look here, you had a little topping tail. Yes, this was the day that ignited my move here. I bought it on this day, added here, added more here when it got really tight, added there, sold some, and then I've been trading it since, and this got me out of it. You had a little bit of a failure on Friday. If you were trading Friday, you saw the last hour it came in. So I was a little bit on my toes yesterday. My tippy toes, which means, I was just a little closer to get out of the way. And anyway, broke below 201.21, get out of it. I didn't touch it today. At this point, it's off lows. I guess I could have had some bids in. I didn't. I would have probably took pain through 196. This low now is what, 195.08. So 195.08 is your reactionary low. Maybe for the week. Maybe you could be long, Facebook now versus 195.08 for the week. And this was 198 that used to be support. We'll see if this turns into resistance. This is the high of the morning. What's the high of the morning? This is 197.89. So let's just say, yeah, well, why not be perfect? Sometimes, sometimes you gotta be perfect. You can't be perfect when you're trading. You could just be precise. Anyway, so that's that. Different type of trade though. Why is it different? Because this momentum trend, that was above this entire time, broke. Now it's got to refigure itself out. What else? What else? As I'm doing my midday call, it is 12:32, just so you know. What else happened today? Twitter, I sold it yesterday. Bought it on this day, trimmed some into strength, up 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 days in a row. So it made some sense to trim it, and I got out of it when it broke to slow. Snap, I haven't really touched it in weeks, but some people did. Oh, okay, if you did today, you made some money. If you got stopped out here when it broke 15, 16, or did the red dog reversal there, red dog reversal sell, and now look at it kind of going green. So I guess there's ways to maneuver the range if you're not just sitting in it. It was really big. Remember TTD? I tried to fade it last week and got hurt. And then yesterday had a huge down move. Guys like, Red Dog, can TTD be a good long today if it reclaims yesterday's low? I'm like, okay, that's a strategy, right? It just pulled in 35, 40 points and, you could maybe try it. So what did TTD do today? Oh, look at that. Wow, I drew this line this morning. Came to 221 and then reclaimed yesterday's low for a trade. Does it mean it's going back to here? No. If you got out when it broke this upper area and didn't take any of this pain this morning, there was a trade from down, 5 or 6 to up 5 or 6. And that's a good tactical trade without sitting in harm's way when we're not sure if momentum in the upper area is going to stay. When you're above the 821 day like we were for 6 weeks, I was in a lot of positions. Okay, and then I had to get out of a lot of them yesterday. So today, out of positions, day trading, because yes, you can day trade, and believe it or not, everyone on Fast Money, everyone everywhere, they do day trade if they're real traders. I don't know if any of them are real traders. Some of them are. I'm not going to get into that. Be careful if you follow a trader on TV that plays one and doesn't not a real one. But anyway, this was a spot and this was a trade for some of you. Does it have any more room? Maybe you can get up to here in the days ahead, but be careful. And for this wide range bar to be in control, it probably shouldn't get up much more than this. So that was a trade. Oh, some of you guys traded shop. Wow. This actually looks like something to kind of stay with. You can get above this. Didn't get below the prior low, showed relative strength, right? The SPYs went below yesterday's low, opened below it. The Qs opened below yesterday's low. The IWM, but did this? No. So what does that mean? A little relative strength. My voice just cracked. Anyway, looks kind of decent. It was a leader. Maybe it's flexing its money again. It's money. It's muscles. Yes, muscles. So that's your spot there. So we'll see. Gets above that, it can continue. I wouldn't be chasing it today if you didn't buy it down here, but it looks decent. All right. So with all that said, it's 12:35. Hopefully, you made a lot of money in the past 6-7 weeks, and yesterday you lost a little bit, not a lot, or today lost a little bit, not a lot. I would say I lost probably 15% of what I've made in the past 7 weeks. I get paid quarterly from my active swing trade and option and box account. I have 4 accounts. Yes, I do. And if you gave back a third or half, then you had too much and you didn't do your tier system the right way. And you didn't have hedges at the end and you chased a few things. If you gave back 10 to 20% of what you made, it happens. Now try and day trade and just try and net money back to where it was. Like now I'm not shooting for doubles and triples. Now I just want to make some money and kind of get back to my highs of my quarter of my year, because that's where I was as of Thursday or Wednesday. But again, I can't be upset, if you're going to carry positions and massage them and use a tier system and let the market make you money. Sometimes you have to act fast and then get a few paper cuts and then figure it out. And again, today it was my fault. I started buying some SPYs a little early. I didn't get caught in names. I just, I had a little bit of whatever. It wasn't really FOMO. It was just I thought that my opinion was that level could hold, and it didn't. And then I had too much, and I had to get stopped out. So now I'm, going to be a little bit slower. Anyway, hope all is well. I hope you enjoyed my midday video. If you think you want to be a part of my community, which I think you should, this is the website. Okay, I write a morning note every day that starts at 4:45 in the morning that I send to my editor around 7:30, so it's as real time as possible. Then I do a video to talk about it, because some people like to listen besides read. And then I post about 14 to 20 charts with an active plan. And then at 9 o'clock, I'm back in my chair ready to trade. And if you trade actively for a living, you definitely should become a member, because people pay for their membership for a decade in days. It all depends on how you want to do it. There are guys that that manage billion-dollar hedge funds that read my note, and there are guys that have a $50,000 account in their basement that get value. So it's all relative. I usually look at the biggest and the fastest and best names out there, or the worst names out there, depending on what trend we're in. But anyway, I give you levels, I give you my plan. It's up to you to learn it, get confidence, and execute on it. And then sometimes we'll execute on it together. Have a good rest of the day. Bye-bye.